Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus for Chai Yocheved Fege Bas Michal Disbasia and Matan Ben Sarah, B'Sor Shachol Yisrael Rav Baruch Hertz, Ben Sarah Tzipora, Bracha V'Atzlach V'Chom Aseh they shall have Brius HaShlema. And we are, Mitzvah Hashem, going to be continuing our study of the incredible Sefer, the Alei Shur, by Maran HaMashgiach, Shlomo Volbe, Zecher Tzadik Levracha. Recently there was an article where a certain Rav was Poigeh B'Chvodo. So, in order to restore his lost kavod, we're learning his Torah, because that's really the best kavod we could give him. Omer Harav, we are in the 13th perek of the Sefer Alei Shur Bechelek Bet of the Alei Shur. The Rav says, Shnei kochot hem ha'ilayim biyoter be'adam. There are two kochos that are the highest kochos in man, the highest powers in man. Haratzon harishon, asher kol darkei ha'adam nimshachim acharav. The first desire, that all of the pathways of man follow that. As the Gaon Mivilna writes in his commentary to the book of Proverbs, some people are proverbs, some people are anti-verbs. I'm really neutral on the verb thing, but I love the book Mishlei, Proverbs, that I love. Ve'amachshava. In other words, the second koach of man is his machshava, his thought. That's the second koach. The first koach is his original ratzon, his gut, his instinctive desire. And then the second is his machshava, his thought. Haratzon harishon mirachef al ha'adam מבלי להיות קשור באיזה עבר. והמחשבה היא כוח עליון אשר בגוף האדם. The original will, the first desire, floats on a person without being connected to any specific organ. Whereas thought is a more elevated power of man that is in the body of man. We know where the thoughts come from. And the Koach HaMavshav, the Ramah writes, Arachayim, Simvav, Sif Aleph, ועוד יש לפרש שמפלי לעשוס במה ששומר רוח האדם בקרבו וקושר דבר רוחני בדבר גשמי והכל על ידי שהוא רופא כל בשר. What's the mafli lasus? When we say in Ashayotzar, we say umafli lasus. That God does wonders. What's the wonder? The wonder is that he preserves the spirit of man within him and connects something spiritual to something physical, and that's all because he is the Roifei Chol Basar. As one of the Rabbeim of Harav Volbe writes, Maran Harav Hutner, Maran Rosh HaYeshiva Zatzal, as he writes, that's why we say in davening, say Asher Yotzar, Mafli Lasas, and then we go into Elokai. Neshama Shenasat to be Tahiri. Supposed to pause after Elokai. Elokai, my God. Neshama Shenasat to be Tahiri. The Neshama that gave me is Tar. In other words, Asher Yotzar is Kol Kulo, the goof, the incredible, integrated complexity of the human body. One thing goes awry, we're toast. Not even edible toast, just toast. That's the body. Then we say Omafli Lasos, and that's the bridge into Neshama Shenasat to be Tahari. We start with the body, we end with the soul. The Mafli Lasos connects them. Kesher zeh ben guf v'ruach hu b'choach ha'machshava. This connection between body and spirit is with thought. What a person's thinking, and hopefully what a person says, is an expression. Right? It's also the chibur of the gashmi and the ruchni, is his speech. So that's all coming from machshava, which is the connection of what his soul is thinking, and it also connects to the brain, to the brain waves, to the cells. Right? Today we have X-rays. You can see the brain. You can see what lights up in the brain, dark in the brain. Depression. People who are depressed very often have different. You see in brain scans different things going on in their brain, and in other people's brains. Some people, unfortunately, are biologically inclined towards depression and the like. So that's physical. On the other hand, it's rooted in something spiritual. It's rooted in the soul. Like that you can't see on the X-ray. And for that you need to have spiritual X-ray vision, like the tzaddikim have. You can go to the tzaddik and you can see on your forehead, you can see all your averis and all your mitzvahs. People go to tzaddikim and they're able to tell them things that they did. Just as a reminder that if the tzaddik knows, then the Rabbanu Shalom certainly knows. Recently was the yahrzeit of the great tzaddik, Yisod Olam, Rabbi Lazar Abu Chatzera, who was just an incredibly, just indescribable tzaddik, sagfen, a man who didn't eat, didn't drink, didn't sleep, didn't look out of his Arab Amis, didn't look at a woman for his whole life came out. Just so pure, nothing impure. And because he had such pure eyes, he could see right through people. That's the spiritual X-ray vision. In any event, the kesher between the guf and the ruach is b'koach ha'machshava. And that makes it more special than the other kochos ha'adam. Ba'asher zoi skulata. That is its special, unique quality. Hi ha'miromemet et ha'adam is the thought that elevates man mehahavai hagufani behemi lahavai ruchani enoshi. It elevates man from his animalistic, physical parts, existence, to a spiritual human existence. That's what the thought does. In other words, our body, Moira Rabbi, the Talmud Rebbe likes to say, a vitzi, a joke in Yiddish, that guf is Rashi Tevis. Guf, body, is Rashi Tevis. Guf vil puffen. That my body wants to sleep. Guf vil fressen. Rashi Tevis, my body wants to pig out. So that's the guf. On a more serious note, the guf comes from some migufa, which is a covering, because that's essentially what the guf is. It's a covering for the neshama. It's a kli that holds the deeper spiritual part of man while we're here, and then when we die, it goes. That's why there was once a doctor. I remember I heard this on a tape. It was quoted by Rabbi Noach Weinberg. I think I heard this at a tape. It was approximately 30 years ago when I was in my dorm room in yeshiva, and it's in yeshiva Hakotel all the time, not far, right down the block from Yeshiva Torah, and or up the block more. You got to go up. In any event, so he said there was a doctor who said that I've done thousands of autopsies. I've never seen a soul. Of course, he didn't see the soul. The soul leaves the body by the time the autopsy is done. Besides the fact that, the soul is not something that you could see with your eyes. You have pure eyes, and you can see it. In any event, that's the soul. Our machshava allows us, elevates us to the soul, and not just to be mere bodily people. Shnei kochot menugadim mishtamshim beoto ivar, hamachshava vehadimayon. There are two contrasting powers that are in that organ, and they are machshava and dimyan, thought and imagination. A famous song by my old neighbor, John Lennon. He would say to me, "Your neighbor, what are you talking about? You're making stories up?" No, I'm not making stories up. I lived 72nd and Central Park West in Manhattan. John Lennon lived 73rd and Central Park West across the street in the Dakota. And I still remember the night he was killed. I was sitting in my room, lying in my bed, listening to a Miami Dolphins Monday Night Football game under my pillow. I had a little transistor radio, a Snoopy radio. I was listening to, I think it was Snoopy radio. I was listening to the game, and then all of a sudden they interrupted. John Lennon did anyway, I'm not going to tell a story, but there's a story, there's a cell, imagine. So recently we had a shir, it's available online, about imagination, about the power of imagination. That's a very, very big topic, imagination. In any event, we have dimyan and we have machshava. And they're both in the brain. כשאנו מתכוונים להבין משהו, אז יוצר המוח מחשבות. כשאיננו מטריחים את המוח להבנת דבר מסוים, אז הוא פועל באופן עצמאי, ויוצר דמיונות. When we have intent to understand something, then the brain creates thoughts, seichel, intellect, understanding. When we don't want to be matriach ourselves, to think, to analyze, to understand, that's hard. That's why, what's popular today? Facebook. Why is Facebook so popular? A couple of words, you get to see pictures. That's stimulus. It's all imagination. Videos. Clip. See that clip, this clip, it goes around. Does anybody, have you ever gotten recently in your WhatsApp, or your email box, or whatever it is, you get like a 18,000 word essay on philosophy? No, but they're not sending that around. What are they sending? They're sending a clip, a picture, a video, a caricature. That goes, dimya. You don't have to think much. Twitter, you say it all in 120 characters, I think that's 240 characters. Again, with some emojis thrown in there, and then you're parted from thinking. Thinking is hard. It's a sugya. Try very hard. Everyone has an agenda in life, or at least a lot of people do. I certainly do. I have a number of them. And one of them is to show that in order to get anywhere in life, you need to work hard, you need to think hard. And therefore, just like, Daf Yomi used to be an hour, 45 minutes, 35 minutes, then 25 minutes with breakfast, then 20 minutes, and 15 minutes, 10 minutes for very busy people. And it just gets less and less. Soon they're going to crunch it into 30 seconds, make a little rhyme out of it. You did the daf. And what I believe is, Ani Ustaiti, going in the derech of my Rabbein, you can see them in the background over there, you can see. Chacham Ovadia, Maran Baalei Imrei Emet, Rebbe Migur, Admor Migur, Zecher Tzadikim V'Kedoshim Levracha, Maran Arav Zatzal, Reb Shlomo Zalman. If you look at all of their writings, except the Ger was Mamish Gur B'Kitzer, but it's because he lacked time. If he would have, he wasn't a big talker, but particularly the other three, and what he said in one line was Olam Mulo, the Ger. In any event, the other three, you see, they talk, they have a lot to say. Because Torah is very deep. So you just keep going, you're going deeper and deeper and deeper, and you don't just try to get it as quickly as possible. It's short and easy. Let's make Torah short and easy. No. Torah is long and hard. And then when you learn long and you work hard, first of all, you feel great. And that already is a benefit. But we're not in this world to feel great. We're in this world to be close to Hashem. And that's what gets you close to Hashem, when you work hard. You work hard, you think long, and you get close to Hashem. And then when you're finished with this thought, that leads you to another thought. With this Yisod in Rashi, maybe we can answer Tosafos kashas on Rashi. And then what would Tosafos say? Because maybe Tosafos learning different. What's Tosafos learning? And there's a third shita. Where is he go? Maybe he accepted this part of Rashi and this part of Tosafos. And then you think, and then it just keeps going on. There's an old expression in the yeshiva world. It's in Yiddish, but I'll say it in English so that I understand. The expression is that you can never slug up a shtickle Torah. You can only make it longer. Which means, and when somebody has an idea, a chiddush in Torah and learning, and somebody has a whole idea, puts everything together, how beautiful it is, it all works out. And then somebody asks a question, he says, it doesn't work out. Contradicts an open Gemara. It's, no, it's not, it doesn't slug it up, it doesn't completely uproot it. You just make it longer. You say, but now we can understand that Gemara differently, and then it just goes longer. And every question you ask just makes it. So that's it. Torah's long. Torah's hard. It's hard work, and that's the greatest. Those are the great people. The great people are people who work hard. Want it to be easy. When I see these advertisements, easy, make it easy. We don't want anyone to work too hard. You're not getting paid for this anyway, right? What's the point of working hard? No. Amelus is where it's at. Got to toil. And that's what Moreinu Rabbeinu, Or Yisrael V'Kedosho, Maran Rabbi Yisrael Misalant, Kacha hu amar, in his famous Igeres HaMussar, Ha'adam chofshi b'dimyono, ve'asur b'muskalo. Ma perush? She'adam, man, is free in his dimyon. His dimyonis drive him wild. Just goes everywhere, goes here. That's right, he goes wild with his dimyonis. His dimyonis take him here, they take him there. He's a dimyon of this woman, and then a dimyon of that woman, and a dimyon of this, and then a dimyon of that. Lots of dimyonis nashim. And dimyonis of oichel, he's going to eat this food, he's going to eat that food. He's going to buy this item, he's going to buy that item. That's what advertising is. Advertising is kol kulo dimyon. They have a picture of something, a few colors, with one or two lines, a catchphrase, nice graphics. Boom. They want you to buy the item. They're not using seichel to convince you. Then we have a dimyan. You see, you open up you're a good person. You don't read the Chas V'Shalom, anything inappropriate. You're a person who reads Mishpacha magazine. Good magazine, kosher magazine. Nothing inappropriate there. And you see a picture of a beautiful pool. And you see the chairs next to the pool. And then you see the beach in the background, the sun, the blue sky. Come to Miami for winter vacation. What do you need this freezing cold snowy days in New York City? Come down to Miami. Come on, it's only $12 a night. Now I'm saying that because in the Hapardes is a classic Torah journal, which unfortunately no longer appears. Zecher Oisei Tzadik L'Tov, Rav Simcha Elberg, and before him, Rav Pardes, who were the editors of this incredible Torah journal. Baruch Hashem, they're still available online in Hebrew books. In the Otzar Chachma program, they have it. They have it in libraries. In the National Library, they have it. In Eretz Yisrael, in Yerushalayim. In any event, they used to have advertisements. I like reading the advertisements from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. So I remember an advertisement for one hotel in Miami Beach was $9 a night, and a more fancy place was $12 a night. So that's what the prices were. But today, talking $500 a night. What is a double occupancy in a room? And they tell you minimum 3 nights, so you're not getting out of there with less than $1,500, and then there are the extras. And it's going to cost you. In any event, but they want to fire your imagination, so they show you pictures. So that's what it means when it says that a person is chofshi b'dimyono ve'asur b'muskalo. That a person is free in his imagination. He's imagining all these things all over the place. His imagination is driving him crazy. And what about his seichel? His seichel is asur. His seichel is bound. What does it mean his seichel is bound? It means that his intellect is very limited. His imagination is much stronger than his intellect. And that's the problem. The problem is that when a person sins, and this is what our recent shir was about, it all starts with dimyanis. Because the dimyan tells you, imagination tells you, that if I sin, life is going to be great. This is going to make me feel wonderful. And the seichel tells you, no, a second on the lips for a lifetime on the hips. It ain't worth it not to eat that forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden, and not to eat any other forbidden foods to our day, and not things that are bad for you, etc. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm going to eat this tub of ice cream, and it's going to be great for a few minutes, and then afterwards I'm going to feel disgusting. Is it worth it? And then I'm also going to feel I can't control myself. It's also a terrible feeling. So that's why we have to control our dimyanis. Dimyono molicho shovav, b'derech lev ritzono. Omer Reb Yisrael Misalant, that your dimyan, your imagination, leads you shovav. What's shovav? Shovav, naughty, leads on the wrong path. Shuva banim shovavim. B'derech lev ritzono, where your ritzonos want to go. Ki amor pol bli heref yomam elayla. Your brain goes non-stop, day and night, doesn't stop working. Even b'sheino mamshich la'agot. Kayadu mima sheba chalom barov inyan. You dream about what you're thinking about. It's all there. Your brain never stops. גם בלי חלום ברור נוכל להבין. בפעולות המוח כשאנו מתעוררים מנסים להיזכר מיד במה אגע המוח לפני היקיצה. ואז נבחר שהמוח לא הושע בלי פעולה. It was even working even when you were sleeping. Your brain. הדמיון פועל בעולם בילדותו באופן טבעי. היכולת להגיע למחשבה מסודרת ומכוונת מתפתחת הרבה יותר מאוחר. The dimyonis, imagination starts when you're little. Babies have it, little children have it. But then when you get older, as you get older, your brain develops, and then the seichel, the intellect, becomes more of a central feature in one's life. And then you learn how to properly think. There are a few people who use concentrated thought. Focus. In our generation of ADHD, it's hard to find that. So that is what we're going to be osek in our series on machshava. That's what this series is about, machshava. And we're going to be talking about machshava merukezet, ech lachshov, and not to fall into the trap of that dimyan, that's molicho shovav, it leads him on the wrong path. So this B'siyata Tishma was our first shir. If God gives us health and life and the financial means and Simchas Chaim and Mir Hashem, we shall continue, and it will be awesome. So please stay tuned, and I thank you so much for listening. Shalom, shalom.